Fuji camera X30. The reason why did I buy this camera? Okay, perhaps this will motivate you. So guys, I spoke to on my other video that I was using my DSLR for about 6 years, 7 or 6 years perhaps. And then until one day I felt that I need to move forward in my photography because my camera doesn't motivate me anymore. Somehow I feel there is less energy. You know what I mean? Well, when I began using the DSLR, it's like my love, okay? Like my love, find the love of my life. But after 6, 7 years, I feel like I don't love this camera anymore. I was confused because I feel stuck in my photography. I feel there's no drive, no motivation. I was wondering what's going on in my photography or what's going on with me. Okay. And then until one day, I realized I think I need to move forward in my photography. I need to do something about it. So I was searching for camera as we do. We're a photographer. We always want to find the best camera for us. Okay, a perfect camera for us. So I spent 3 months searching, reading people review. Okay, reading people opinion and the rest. I've read so much that I've got headache because I was overwhelmed with the information I received, through online, through Facebook, because there are some Facebook group as well that, people talk about gears. It was too much for me. Finally, I decide I don't want to read anymore. I don't want to look the perfect camera for me anymore. I just want to flow. I just want to do whatever it is with my current camera. So even though there is lack of energy and lack of motivation, but I feel like still have to take picture until one day, Mark Hart, street photographer from Liverpool. If you are street photographer, I'm sure you do know him. Okay, he asked me to help him on one of his workshop in Edinburgh. I said, why not? I took the opportunity. And then the day arrived. He introduced me with Fuji X100S. Okay. This is, no, Fuji X100, not even S. So the original one. And then when he handed that camera on my hand, I felt there is a new energy. I felt like, oh, this is it. I found my camera. And then I had all day that day to play with camera while showing Edinburgh to the workshop attendees. And I felt like, oh, I feel good with this camera. I'm going to show you. So almost look like this. This is Fuji X100. Okay. So the camera is so small, so compact, and it looks vintage. Okay? Just like this. I don't know to drop it. Okay. Just like this. When I have this camera on my hand, I felt there's a connection. There is new energy. Yes, I feel motivated again in my photography. And then I play all day. I took picture with this camera and I loved it. I love it. And then 6 months later, finally, my wish came true. Okay, because I bought my first Fuji mirrorless camera, which Fuji X100T. But it's not just happen like that. Okay, so I share. This is the process of getting this camera. Okay, there was a photography competition, street photography competition, being held by Clifton Camera in UK, in Liverpool, I think. And then I've read them. I was willing to participate, and I share that competition to all my Facebook friends, and I send DM, okay, directly to some of the street photographer that I know they are good. And then I just, well, if I win, good. If not, doesn't matter. No a big deal. Okay. And then after that, they uh, publish the winner. I didn't get any. Okay. But one of my friend, David, I can't remember David who. Can't remember. Sorry, David, if you're watching this. He sent me an email. He sent me an email that he won the competition. Okay. The price were 1 week in Paris. Lucky him, eh? And then another one is Fuji X100T. So that was 2016, I think. Fuji X100T was just still fresh from the oven. Because he purchased another Fuji system camera. I think he bought Fuji X something 10. I can't remember the name. Because he just purchased the camera, then he offered me his Fuji X100T for 50%. And it was close to my birthday. And I thought, wow, this is the opportunity. I want to get this camera. David, thank you. I accept your offer. Okay. So I received birthday camera. Okay. This camera, not this, the other one. Okay. For my birthday present. I was so happy. I was so happy. So after that, I start to play with my camera, take the camera everywhere I go, and but okay, there's a challenge I didn't expect. I never thought Fuji camera system and DSLR were different system. Because I got used to using the SLR. For me, it was comfort zone. That's why I need to move forward. And then when I found Fuji system, I feel like there's a new energy. I know it's not easy because I have to learn how to use this camera. And then when I start to play with the camera, I was a little bit disappointed, to be honest, because it's not as easy as I thought. It's not as simple as I thought. Okay, when I was using the SLR. So I was on the junction. Should I go forward learning this camera, or should I go backward, okay, to the SLR? The SLR easy, comfortable. I know this camera well. This is new. I know it will take time to learn, to connect, okay, to be able to use the camera. And I decided that I want to trust the process, okay? I want to learn this Fuji system. And then I took two camera everywhere. I bring two camera everywhere I go. My DSLR and my Fuji camera. So my camera bag was heavy. And in the process of transition, okay, into the Fuji system, it took me 18 months. I know for some of maybe, what, 18 months? That's too long. Everyone different, okay? It wasn't easy for me, to be honest. But another obstacle, because somehow I didn't understand how this camera worked. I know how to switch it on, but why is blurry? Okay, why is distort? Why was distort? Why? And a lot of things that I need the answer. So I was curious, and then again my fear trying to tell me, I mean, just use the camera you had, just use the DSLR. But my heart said no. I want to use this camera. I want to learn this camera. I don't care how long it takes. I want to learn this camera. So another breakthrough came. Okay. which I didn't understand why. The picture I took with this camera was not what I expected. And then I searched another camera. Okay, I searched enough for another camera. How to understand Fuji camera system, and then all of a sudden this camera appear, not appear just like in my on my lap. Okay, all of a sudden I feel like, wow, I'm going to learn what is this camera about, Fuji X30, because this is, to me, this is the bridge, okay, in transition for me to learn this camera. So before I let go my DSLR, this Fuji X30. So this camera helps me in transition process. So this is like, yeah, for me this is like the bridge camera. You know what the bridge camera, right? I'm sure, okay, because it has zoom lens, okay? It has zoom lens, and it's easy to use this camera, I must say. But some people have struggled with it. So I will make video about it maybe next time. So I learned about this camera, take the picture. Oh, now I know the difference between DSLR, my and Fuji X system. Okay. So gradually I gained the understanding about Fuji X system. And then I think 6 months later, I managed to feel confidence, okay, using this camera, the Fuji X100T. So photography is about process. Somehow we will experience some transition. To me, my transition was from the SLR to Fuji X system. Again, in the past, I had some transition from landscape photography to portrait photography. Those are a lot of learn, okay, that involve. And then from portrait photography, wedding photography. From wedding photography, street photography. You know, so we always change. We always change. Because when we change, it means we are striving forward. When we change, it means we are moving forward. When we change, we are evolving, we are expanding. Okay? So after 18 months, okay, learning between this and this camera, finally I decided to focus on this camera. Okay? I let go my DSLR, but I still keep this camera until today because I love this camera. The picture is delicious. Okay, if you know how to use it, that's the key. If you know how to use it. Remember, every camera different. Between this and this camera also different. But if you're willing to learn, you will be able to get the point of it. Okay. So the reason I buy this camera, Fuji X30, is because I want to learn to focus on this camera. I want to learn to use this camera, the Fuji X100T. So I didn't buy this camera for the sake of something, or for, uh, I don't know, for showing off or something. It wasn't expensive, this camera then. I think I bought this camera about 300 pound. Okay, 300 pound along with the knickknack. So because I bought this camera to help me, okay, to help me to move forward, then I feel like I gain more experience how to use this camera. I gain more experience how to trust the process in transition as a photographer. Okay. So I'm still using this camera, but only if the weather is nice. This camera is unfriendly in low light. So summertime, or maybe when holiday abroad, okay, with a lot of light, Spain or somewhere like that, I always take this camera as well. Okay, but my main camera is this one, Fuji X100. So because I love this camera, I bought the second one. So this is my second one. My first camera, totally black, and then I gave it to my son because he want to learn photography. You see, when you found your perfect camera, you set your heart into it. Okay, you don't get easily attempt to buy another camera because you found this one already. You find the one that you're looking for. So this is like the love of my life. Okay, the love of my life. I will not change it to the world. I wouldn't change it for any other camera. For today anyway, for the now anyway. I don't know what happened in the near future. Perhaps I feel like I want to move forward again. Maybe one day I'll be able to buy Leica. Who knows? Okay. The most important thing as a photographer is learn how to enjoy what you do, what you create, what you have today. Okay? So this is the reason why I bought this Fuji X30. Okay, I hope this helped you guys and thank you for being here. Take care.